It feels like hockey has a chance with not only basketball struggling as big time as it is right now in the NBA level, Major League Baseball walking into whatever 2027 holds for them. Hockey's like, hey, we had our labor issues 20 years ago. We figured ourselves out here in America, and now it's our sport. Yesterday, I bet there's a ton of young fans that grow up wanting to be Olympians because of what those dudes did yesterday in Milan.
Oh, Billy, I hate to be the wet blanket for you, but the exact same comments, had this industry existed in 1980, were echoing throughout the plains and the fields in 1980, and it was going to be the big moment. It was going to be the big spark.
But look at the youth
World Cup every 4 years. We get the fever.
Totally different.
The World Cup. Oh, soccer's going to finally look at all these people. Look at all the crowds of people watching on Brady Street. Look at all the people that are gathered around TVs. This is going to be a turning point, and then it goes away again until the next big event.
Yeah, but what do those ones have in common? In the 80s, you know it, no one was playing hockey because no one could afford it. And the accessibility to it, the amount of ice time
there weren't that many rinks. Even
now,
around here, there weren't that many.
Now there's a ton. And the amount of high school hockey programs, youth programs that are continuing to roll through. And soccer is never going to happen because our best athletes are never going to play the sport. But when you talk about into hockey moms and a lot of football moms, I know a lot of people that are thinking hockey's safer game than football because you don't check until you're into college area, and they take care of kids so much into the development programs. I totally get it, Drew, and we have seen it. And I'm not going to say that you're not right here that it hasn't happened before.
Well, the NHL regular season, I can't wait to watch San Jose Winnipeg tonight.
Yeah, because you're actually going to see the guys that are playing.
I think
you're actually going to see the guys that are playing, unlike yesterday, the guys that aren't playing in the NBA.
It's the nationalism, it's the jersey,
but they're also now on every night, Drew. And again, in my age, and the one that you're talking about, the last 20 years, they weren't on ESPN because they had no rights deal.
We never saw them on
They
TV.
had no TNT Turner deal, and they had no NBC deal until the early 2010s.
Fox picked them up finally in the late 90s. Fox picked up a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, into the 2000s, it was barren. Yeah. There was none. You wouldn't even see highlights on SportsCenter the next day as to the 15 games that happened the night before. Now they're on national television 4 nights a week. I mean, if you want the ability to watch it, and everybody's going to have the ESPN Plus package, you get basically every NHL game. So the accessibility to it is the difference where you have appointment viewing, you're going to be able to watch stars. And in right now in the NBA, this year has been so drastically worse than it has been for the last 5 to 10 years. That with the swing over the last year and a half, I mean, I'm telling you, look out. There's going to be a serious swing towards it.
I'm not cheering against hockey. My roots, I covered the Admirals. I love the Admirals. I love hockey. I appreciate it. I've been watching it for years. The U.S. 1980 victory, all due respect to the lads yesterday, remains the single greatest sporting event of my lifetime. Dolph will say the same thing when he comes in here later because he's an old guy like me. But I just don't see it translating that much. We get this every 4 years. You get the fever.
Not like this though.
You'll get
the
fever.
They haven't won in 46 years though.
I know.
I don't know how we.
Okay, so
how you can say we get this every year
if they
when
won
we
the game
don't do
a decade ago when Crosby scored the golden goal to beat them in overtime.
Yeah.
If they had won that game, then we'd all be
we're in the midst of how many different programs. I mean, you can talk to Greeny and you can get the actual numbers. I bet there's double the amount of youth hockey programs over the last 10 years in the southeastern Wisconsin area, let alone the state.
I don't know about 10 years. It may have doubled in the last 30.
Okay, then we can split the difference at 20.
I think it's grown. It is a sliding scale.
I was in high school 15 years ago, and there were 2 high school programs around.
Yeah, Shaw and what.
There are now 4 different high school conferences.
Winter Club. Yeah.
So, again, I get it, but you're already seeing it, and what starts and what actually gets people's eyes, what their kids are watching. And if I'm going to go in here to try to watch Luka Doncic and he's not going to be playing, but I watch Jack Hughes and he's going to be playing every single night with 3 teeth mangled out. I mean, I get it. I totally do. But there's a difference to it.
Of what happened yesterday, and the Jack Hughes thing is a great example.
And you're also talking about a game that was tape delayed. I don't know if we can really be comparing that to something last night or yesterday, what we're also going to be able to see. With the amount of coverage that you're getting now, it is going. These guys are going to be different stars.
It was tape delayed in 1980, but it also drew the biggest audiences of. It just dwarfed what happened.
No, I know, but then where did those guys go then? After they were done, they went and played college hockey, which you weren't able to then go. That you weren't able to go see. Now these guys are going to be playing NHL games 3 nights a week next week.
It was different. It was different. They weren't the pros then, and that in some ways that made it sweeter and better that they actually won that. Like this was basically an all-star game. Guys were playing their asses off for their country, no question, which is great.
Big time.
Imagine seeing an NBA All-Star game where guys were that invested. They've tried to do that with the nationalized play.
Kind of happens in the Olympics, but they're never that
try
tested.
to do it. Never that tested.
Mm-mm.
But again, I'm not rooting against hockey, but I don't think there's going to be this giant swell of people are into hockey now.